Hi everyone, it's Diane Evans with stampinwithdiane.com. I'm an independent Canadian Stampin' Up demonstrator here in the interior of British Columbia. So welcome to my YouTube or my Facebook group. I really do appreciate it. And welcome to my Technique Tuesday. I am kind of pre-recording this because I'm expecting a delivery, and the way that it's been going today, I really thought it was going to be first thing this morning. Now it looks like it might be closer to the time that I go live. So I'm going to actually show you a very, very simple technique. And it might be something that you've seen before, but I think it needs to be added to my my techniques and everything else like that. So, oh my goodness, see, there we go again with my name. All right. So we know that we have this beautiful two-tone paper, and honestly, I have to show you, there's so many really, really good things that we have in there. So like I say, it's one of those things, and it looks like I've got some people on here. You know what? I'm going to go with what I've got, and if it's live and I'm on live, I apologize for coming on early, but it's just because of waiting for that one particular order that's coming in. All right, so we are going to be doing, the technique that we're going to be doing is using the two-tone paper, and it's using embossing folders. These are so neat. Honestly, to be able to do this technique, I've done this technique lots with, I do it with, I've done it with my designer series paper. There you go. Well, you know what? I'm just going to carry on. It looks like you're on YouTube. This was supposed to go on later. It's, I don't know. I have no idea what's going on. I can't seem to work this new program. So we're just going to fly with it because I don't want there to be where I don't go on today at all, because this one's one of my favorites. Okay, it's a two-tone paper technique. There's actually a few techniques that you can do with two-tone paper. It has different characteristics to it. It is a white core, and this two-tone paper is basically, it has been, I'll show it you this way. I think you can see it better this way. It's been dyed from one end on one side and then turned over and dyed on the other side, exactly the same way that we do our designer series paper. So it's something that we definitely want. It's great. It's thinner than our regular cardstock. We've been told that we're going to be getting all of these colors, all of our Stampin' Up colors, probably less the in colors, in this two-tone paper in 12 by 12 size. So I'm quite excited, especially if you do any memory keeping or anything like that. It's amazing that it's thinner, and you can put it on your scrapbooking pages. Hello, Judy and Karen and Shirley. Well, like I say, it is a little bit early, but I'm sorry, I just can't do anything about it. All right. So what you're going to do with this is you just take your pieces of two-tone paper, and now, isn't that funny? And all you're going to do is you're just going to, look at, I'm using garden green. I can't believe that. But you're going to take your embossing folder, and it doesn't matter if you have a 3D embossing folder or if you've got a regular embossing folder. All you want to do is make sure that you just emboss this paper. Now, because it's white core, which, like I say, is very similar to our designer series paper, and I'm just taking a painter sanding block, and we're just going to scratch that off and see how we're going to end up with a different color. We're going to get that white behind. Now, I've also found out that what you can do is you can turn around and see, this is just going to add way more texture. It's going to distress things, and it's going to be pretty cool. Now, what you could do is, if you find that that's just too much, you don't like that, and you'd like to do it. Well, Judy's asked, where are we going to put all this extra cardstock? Well, that is what my problem is, because today I've got IKEA coming in and delivering a whole pile of stuff. So I've been kind of moving things around. I've been playing with my scrapbooking, but I have three more units, 3 more units coming in. So I'm quite excited about that. Now, the other part that you can do with this, And where is my garden green? Oh my goodness. How can I lose my garden green for a color that I never ever used? Well, I guess we're not going to worry about that part of it. But we can come in and we can actually add color to this. I'm going to turn around and I'm going to add some color to, and I'm going to use a different color altogether. I'm going to come in with Mossy Meadow, and this is going to, I don't know what it's going to do to it. Let's see what it does to it. Hello, Debbie. So what you can do is then just rub some of this color back over top and take some of that stark whiteness. That's definitely what I would do, is take some of that whiteness off, unless you have a white behind it. Oh, there you go, Cindy. Thank you. So there, just like that. And we're just going to take that off. So see, there is what you could do. Like, it does give you different options and that sort of stuff. But I wanted to show you too, sometimes when you go ahead and emboss, and this is done with the black. So see, look at that two-tone. It almost looks like a gray on the back. See how that works? But you can also sand the distressed side, or the debossed side. So you're not going to get, you're just going to get the images that come up and not really have the other images. So see how you can just sort of add a different look on that. And then on the other side, it's just like this. Now your best is a fine sanding paper. I just use my painter's block. I'm sure you've seen me do that quite a few times with designer series paper. But what a great thing. Now let me show you what happens with this when we turn around and we use another color on it. I'm going to use Melon Mambo just to show you how you can actually really kind of change. Now, this works the best with darker colors. Thank you. So I'm just coming in with some Melon Mambo and see what we can then do. And you've just all of a sudden created a whole new look to your paper, right? So the sky's the limit. I mean, really, look at this, how it could go and add color to it. Now, if you're going on a lighter color, of course, this is not going to work as well as what it would on the other. But isn't that an amazing, different sort of look? And like on the back, you could do the same, but you can see where it doesn't work as great on the back because it's a lighter color and it comes onto the cardstock. But this, dynamic, don't you think? Let me just bring that up again. I don't know if I have my lights on here, but let me just show you that. So all I did was subtly go on this particular one. I'm just going to go down here. Yeah, this paper is amazing. Like I say, it's new part. We used to have, years ago, we had a white core paper, and it was more like a cardstock. And it basically, it was called coordination. Do you remember? Coordination papers. So anyways, I just want to, I'm just going to hide this part here. Okay. All right. So let's continue. Remember, part of the technique itself is not really showing the card, but it's nice to have a card that goes with it to show off this particular technique. Right. Sorry, I just got to go back there. Like I say, I'm early and I can't believe it. And it's awful that I'm this early and I'm worried that the phone's going to go off with my order. So yes, Judy, I am getting new IKEA stuff to put on. I know I have the stuff behind me, but I definitely want to have the stuff, more stuff on the sides. I have other stuff, but it just doesn't, it's just not conducive to this. All right. So I thought what I'd do is I would play with this beautiful, this designer series paper, the Nests of Winter. I don't have the stamp set with me because this was part of my Christmas card class this month. So I don't even have the stamp set because Kathy has it out and she's doing the cutting. I think she's done the cutting. So I thought I'd layer this onto a navy, Night of Navy card. So this happens to be 4 1/4 by 11, scored at 5 1/2. So let's just go in there. And like I say, I haven't done too much for this. I'm wondering if maybe I should have had like a white behind and then this. Let's see how that would work. No, I think we're okay to put the green right on there. Or what do you think? Nah, maybe it should have white. If that's the case, then I've got to come in and trim this down just a bit, and I'll have to cut another white core. So this piece here would be 3 3/4 by 5. So just go in and do that. For all these techniques, I usually always use the same card bases and cardstock. That way, it's easy enough to just reduplicate, right? So I'm just going to grab some white because I want to make sure that I've got something for the inside. All right, so I'm going to put this on here, and we have that trim that goes with this. Oh, did I tell you that this was the birchwood embossing folder? It's a 3D. Now, with this particular technique, like I said before, you can use a thick embossing one, or you can do the other. I'm telling you, this two-tone is amazing because there's the other piece for the sentiment, but look, I'm just going to turn it over and look at what I do. It's like 2 pieces of paper, 2 different colors all in one sheet. I'm loving it. Yeah, I really think that Stampin' Up really hit it out of the park with this new line. Okay. All right. I may have to prime this. All right, so I'm just going to go ahead and put that onto the white. So let's just put that, and that's going to kind of pick up some of that color that's there. I think I shocked everybody at our virtual launch because so many of them knew that I had such a strong aversion towards garden green. But honestly, you really need to play with it. Birch goes horizontal. Well, do we want to do? I can do. No, I can't on this particular card, can I? It does go horizontal. You're right, Felicia. Well, that's easy enough. We're just going to go and cut another piece of cardstock. And I would have cut my birch differently because I really wanted this to be a vertical card. Oh, well, we'll just make, it's hard to, I'll end up changing this probably. So I'll just go and cut a piece here. Or should I just cut one of those through? And I'm going to score this at 4 1/4. There we go. All right, so it's just like that. And you know what? I am going to go in and let's see if I have another piece of that green. Let me just quickly. I don't know why Stampin' Up did it the way they did it. And that's interesting because birch goes horizontal and yet they've got it going this way. Isn't that interesting? Okay, so then I am actually, because I want this, I really, really want this to go a vertical card. So I'm just going to quickly cut some of this. So much for a short video, right? Hello, Kay. I know everything's early. So 5 1/4. And this will be, no, it should be 5 inches, right? I'm going to go 5 inches by 3 3/4. There we go. You can always do whatever. And, you know, it's funny, like, I shouldn't worry about this part of it because really it's so, I'm going to show everybody that didn't see it at the very beginning. So I'm just going to bring in my cut and emboss machine. I'm going to lay this in the right way, but you're right, Felicia. It really should be going horizontal. So I'm just going to put this in here. Now, one thing, I was quite shocked that a lot of people didn't know this. Stampin' Up has a line that goes right across there. All you have to do is line up your paper like that This is a 3D. So you're going to have level 1, your embossing, and then your number 4 plate. So if you find that your 3D embossing folders don't go through, it's because you need this special number 4 plate. All right, so here we go again. Let's see how easy this really is. I want a vertical line. All right, so I'm going to come back in with that brush or my sanding block. And I find the painter's one's the easiest, less messy. Just clean off our thing there. And then I'm just going to come in with my mossy meadow. Call it something else besides birch. I could do that. But this kind of goes with the card. So I want to put something underneath that. There we go. And that's just going to take up some of that. I really like that different color on there. I think it's really kind of cool. All right. So then we're going to go like this, and we're going to have to cut this piece as well. And I'm going to have to cut another piece for the inside. I should have some of these cut up. You know, I do, and then I turn around. I use them for all my card kits that I put together. Like I say, I don't know how many pieces or how many packages of white that I go through a month. I could order 4 or 5 a month and still not have enough. Okay, so let's go ahead and just put this on top. Now, if you thought that that wasn't dark enough or that was too dark, that thing, you could turn around and just come and sand off a little bit more and see, you would just, you can change the look to how you want it to look. All right. So there we go. And it's funny because I really wanted one of those expressions from that stamp set, but it's not going to work that way. All right, so I'm going to leave this off until I finish doing the front of the card because I want to use this linen twine that came with it. And I'm not sure whether or not if I want to use the garden green or maybe mix it up with the Night of Navy because that's the card base that I'm using. So I found this in my stash. This is from Spotlight on Nature, the circles there. Like I say, I'm kind of at an in-between. I had to borrow that embossing folder because it was out for my classes, right? So yes, it does. Yeah. And then I went and I had fussy cut, and some of them do have die cuts. I have some of my favorite birds. These two are some of my favorite birds, but I also really like these. These ones are really nice too, but I thought this one would be kind of nice. Look at that. Just sort of is so easy. It just makes this card so easy to put together. So I'm just going to come in and let's put some, I don't know, I've sure changed. My whole style of stamping has gone more to simple stamping. With techniques. I really like doing the techniques. So we just come in and let's just take your pick. Thanks, Anna. All right. That's why I need you guys on here. I won't forget that though. All right. So this is just going to go here. I'm just going to put these birds on there, and I'm going to pop them up too. I love this pool party. Now, I even tossed in my own mind to use the two-sided or the two-tone pool party. I thought that would be really nice. I was quite shocked that I'm using as much, like I say, of this granny green. So I'm just going to come in and take those on there. And before I put this on, I'm wondering if maybe, should I have some of this? Let me just put that there. See how this is going to go. This can go across. Or do we want to just do a bowish thing on there? Let's see. You know what? I think I'll just stay with the garden green. Now that this linen twine also comes with copper clay is in there. It's right now it's on back order, but it should be in shortly. All right, so I'm just going to cut that off. On my share, I went and these kind of get tangled up. All right, so let's just do this. Gotta watch the time because I don't know when that order is coming. I thought for sure it would have been here by now. I mean, my goodness, what time it is. All right, so we've got this like this. We're going to see if we want to take it off of this circle. So it's just going to come like this. Do I want to just have it? Yeah, I think that would kind of add a little bit more texture. Now, I could have also used the linen thread on here. That would have looked quite nice too. But it's kind of nice to use some stuff. Now, this is where I do the messy. So this is just going to add, I'm going to bring this down. And it just adds some more texture to the particular card. So see how that's starting to just go like that. You know what? I'm going to come in with a small dimensional or a half a dimensional. Anybody know what these scissors are called? I just wondered if, I'm sure there's lots of you that have been around Stampin' Up! As long as I have, and you'll know what these scissors are. I love these scissors. Pretty sharp. These are called rubber scissors. So days and years ago, we used to have to, oh, this isn't working very good. We used to have to cut all of our stamps. So all the ones that were like our cling stamps were, just going to trim this a little bit. We're all on a thing of rubber, and we used to have to cut them to go onto our wood blocks. So we've come a long way. All right, so then let's just put this on here. That looks quite nice with the blue. All right, so then I thought this would be great to do our sentiment on there. Because it just gives two tones, right? So I'm going to do this, and I'm going to put a piece of paper underneath there. Notice I'm going back to my wood. I find the glass block just really has such a glare to it that it really makes it hard. And yes, here I go. And I'm going to, this is how I'm bringing this white back in. I'm kind of tying the white all together. So I'm going to come in with Versamark, and I'm going to do it with white embossing powder. And I'm going to use, I think I'm going to use this happy birthday one. Congratulations is nice. Millionth. This is a great one. This is an online exclusive, so we're going to use that. So, and then let's see if I can get this on here straight. You notice I don't put my stickers on, and the reason I don't is because I sell all my stamps when they retire. And if I do, somebody might not like the way I put the stickers on. And that is a little crooked. Let's see how crooked it really is. I don't think I put it on the stamp correctly. Let's see how bad it is. Oh, it's not that bad. Okay, so it's a little crooked. It's not 100%, but it's not bad. This makes me think that it's a, this would be a really good masculine card. I think this one really goes towards masculine cards, right? So I'm just going to heat set this up. Like I say, you've got two colors. You've got a twofer, and I love when you can do a twofer, right? Let's do that. I haven't played that much with this stamp set. All right, let's go and glue that on. Now, if this wasn't tight enough, if you wanted that tighter, you could have put double-sided tape on here on the back to tighten it up. Let's just go put that on there. And I'm going to use this piece of cardstock. I'm not a big one for this opening, the tent fold opening, but sometimes it's kind of nice. But look at that, distressed. And then this, we're going to cut this down to 3 3/4. And I'm not doing it by hand. You know what? I'm going to cut it a little bit less and then center it. Now, the one thing is it's not as thick as cardstock. However, it is not as thin as designer series paper either. So, you know what? Oh, no, I'm okay. So I'm just going to put this on. Just like that. Let's just put that right onto there. And then it's coming together. And then I love those earth tone ones. And I know I've got them in here. And these come with that suite as well. So I think what I'm going to do, let's see. Look at the colors. Oh, these are like those in color gems as well, right? They look so pretty together. So how could I, there we go. So which one should I use? Good morning, Margaret. I haven't seen you in a long time. Yeah, use it with the sander. All right, so this is garden green. This is like a basic beige. This is a white ivory, and this is copper clay. I'm thinking maybe this one to tie this in. What do you think? This? Or should I look at the garden green? You know what? We'll go with the garden green. Oops. Yeah, I can't believe how I'm using these colors. And then let's just put one right down there. Yeah, not bad. Okay, so then I want to go and put a piece of basic white on there, and I've used it up twice, so let me just grab another piece. I think once I get my room completely organized, I don't know, it's going to take a while, I think, because I don't know what to do with some of this stuff. Oh, thanks. I think it turns into a masculine card. I've got to tell you, if you want to hear really what happened, how this card came about, other than it being a technique, I had all this stuff cut out, and I was just trying to organize my desk a bit. And right now it's got scrapbooking stuff all over it. I had cut this out, and I had this there, and this piece fell onto that piece. I mean it's amazing what happens with some of it. Okay, so that's by 5 1/4. So tomorrow this thing will be in my Facebook group, which is right down below. Somebody said ivory, but I did put it on this part here. I wanted to show off this part there. So, but great idea. All right, so I do not have the stamp set. So I have to go back to my stuff in here. And let's see. This is, I cut these out and I showed everybody how to do that where it's part on, part off. That's one of my favorites too. Let's just call it the way it is. I like all of these birds. Let's see, what have I got here? No. Could that go on there? That could. We could get away with that. Let's see. That's up at the top. I don't usually do things up at the top, but let's do that. Make it a little different, right? Okay. All right, so let's just go ahead. Happy accident. Oh my goodness. Oh, that's the story of my life. All right, so let's just put that there. That was one of the part pieces. Kind of want that to be on there. And that'll be the inside of our card. Thank you. Oh, you guys are so kind. All right, so if you like that, remember to give me the thumbs up, share my video. I really do appreciate it. Tomorrow, I will be doing my mystery challenge at 3 o'clock Pacific. I know, like I say, this came on a little early and it was not expected to come on this early, but I had to do it because of my order coming, because it'd be coming when I was supposed to go live. I'd rather be early than late. All right, you guys. So that is a two-tone paper. It's a distressing technique with the two-tone paper. I did try using the other side. It kind of works okay. This is where it's colored, which adds a different look to that sort of stuff. I think it depends on what kind of a designers, I mean, what color paper that you're using. If you used a white color, I don't think that would work. I think it would look very, very messy. But anyways, I think that works not too bad. All right. So let's see what else. So 3 o'clock. Hello. Thank you, Patsy. Oh, thank you. Anyways, so remember to give me the thumbs up, share my video, and I will be live tomorrow at 3 o'clock Pacific. The mystery clues will be put on at noon tomorrow, and that's where I pick 3 things that could be from your from the catalog or what you may have in your craft room, and we put together a card. All right, you guys, have a great day. Remember to create because it's great for the soul, and we will talk to you soon. Bye for now.